Most men believe women choose based on looks, money, or charm. But that's not the full story. Women don't always choose the best man on paper. They choose the one who stirs something deeper, something instinctual. It's not logic. It's not even conscious. It's emotion. Safety. Mystery. Power. She may laugh at your jokes. She may flirt. But don't confuse that for being chosen. Because attraction is temporary. Selection is silent. And attention? It means nothing without devotion. Women test without warning. They observe when you think they aren't. They decide long before they speak. That's why the date felt perfect until she vanished. Why everything seemed right until it wasn't. It's not that you failed. It's that you never knew what she was really scanning for. This video uncovers what actually makes a woman choose. Not the surface level stuff she claims to want, but the hidden triggers that shape her deepest response, her biology, her nervous system, her unspoken needs. If you're done playing the guessing game, if you're tired of being entertaining but never unforgettable, watch till the end. Because once you learn the 5 silent rules of true female selection, you'll stop chasing women and start attracting the ones who naturally align with you. Not because you tried harder, but because you finally became the man who doesn't need to. Number 1. Women choose men who make them feel safe to surrender, not safe to control. Too many men believe women want emotional safety, but they misunderstand what that really means. They think it's about softness, gentleness, passive comfort. But that's not what awakens her deepest instinct. She doesn't crave a therapist. She craves a leader. A man who stays composed in chaos. Who stays rooted when the world shakes. The one who doesn't flinch under emotional pressure. It's not about being emotionless. It's about being unmoved by storms that would throw others off balance. That presence, calm, grounded, focused, makes her feel safe enough to relax into her feminine nature. Because true safety isn't about control. It's about trust. Machiavelli once said, "Fortune is a woman, and it is necessary, if you wish to master her, to conquer her by force." Modern ears might resist that language, but the truth behind it remains. Feminine energy responds not to predictability but to bold, grounded masculinity. She doesn't want a man who tiptoes. She's drawn to the man who moves with clarity and courage. Now imagine this. You walk into a room. She notices you. You're not loud. You're not scanning for validation. You move slowly, speak calmly, and listen intently. Other men are trying too hard. But you're still. Directed. Present. She doesn't fully know why, but she's drawn to you. That's the effect of self-mastery. Or maybe you're already in a relationship. She brings up a difficult topic, your past, maybe an ex. She's emotional. Maybe accusatory. If you start explaining too much, trying to fix or defend, she feels your frame crack. She can't trust your leadership. But if you stay composed, breathe deeply, listen fully, speak little, she feels it. Even in her chaos, she senses your stability. She's not trying to break you. She's testing to see if you can hold her without breaking yourself. The most powerful men aren't reactive. They're responsive. They don't let emotions pull them into confusion. They control their breath, ground their energy, and let their presence do the speaking. Because women don't fall for men who get swept up in their emotions. They fall for men who remain unmoved within them. As Machiavelli might have put it, you can't control the storm, but you can be the one who remains still inside it. Number 2, women choose men who keep them curious. Niccolò Machiavelli once taught that true power isn't brute strength, it's the control of perception. He knew that people don't react to reality, they react to what they believe is real. Attraction works the same way. A woman doesn't fall deeply for the man she fully understands. She falls for the man she wonders about. The moment she feels like she's figured you out, the mystery dies, and with it, the fire. Predictability is the enemy of passion. But when she has to guess what you're thinking, when your words carry pauses, when your presence isn't always available, but your energy remains felt, she starts to imagine, to analyze, to want. If you're single and you meet her, don't show all your cards. Stay calm, composed, and a little unreadable. Speak less. Hold silence with confidence. Let your absence echo louder than any forced presence. Don't flood her with messages. Let the space between interactions build intrigue. And suddenly, she's not in control anymore. She's thinking, where did he go? What's he thinking? Why do I want to know more? You've become a living riddle, and her heart loves puzzles more than answers. If you're already in a relationship, this still applies. Don't turn into her emotional secretary, reporting every thought, every move. Keep a part of your mind untouched. Maintain a life outside the relationship, your mission, your focus, your sacred solitude. She should know you care deeply, but she should also feel that she doesn't own all of you. That subtle emotional distance? That's the hook that keeps her invested. Here's the truth, you don't need to tell her who you are. You don't need to explain your worth. You just need to live it. Let her feel your essence through your actions. Let her sense your depth in your silence. And let her chase the mystery of you, one layer at a time. Because attraction doesn't thrive on certainty. It feeds on curiosity. And when she's curious, she's captivated. Number 3, women choose men who are desired by others. Machiavelli taught that power isn't just what you possess, it's how others perceive you. And women don't decide in isolation, they're influenced by the signals the world sends about you. If no one notices you, she won't either. But when others respect you, speak your name, or show interest in you, something shifts in her mind. You're no longer just a man, you become valuable. Imagine this, you walk into a room, not seeking approval, but people look. You move with calm strength. Another woman compliments you, not flirtatiously, but with admiration. You don't force respect, it follows you. And she sees it. She picks up on the fact that others would compete for your attention. And in that moment, your attention becomes valuable to her. If you're already in a relationship, the work doesn't stop. Years in, many men grow complacent. But not you. You continue to sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, and expand your network. You remain visible, respected, and desired. You don't flaunt. You simply refuse to fade. And even if she doesn't say it, she feels it, she has a man others notice. And to keep you, she must remain present, not just comfortable. So cultivate quiet strength. Build your presence, your mission, and your identity, not for validation, but for influence. Because a man who is respected doesn't need to chase attention. It flows to him naturally. As Machiavelli said, if you must choose between being loved and being feared, choose fear, because admiration commands a deeper respect. In love, that means don't aim to be adored. Aim to be valued. Let affection come after you've become someone worth admiring. Number 4, women choose men who lead with emotional strength. Machiavelli believed true power isn't about control, it's about influence. Not forcing others to follow, but creating such inner steadiness that they naturally fall into rhythm with you. In romance, this is emotional leadership. And whether she says it or not, she's watching for one thing: can you stay rooted when emotions rise? When she gets overwhelmed, upset, or distant, do you get pulled in? Or do you become her still point in the storm? Because the man who stays emotionally grounded becomes the man she trusts without question. If you're single, she'll test this. One day she's warm, the next she's cold. Most men get reactive, they chase harder, try to fix it, or start mirroring her chaos. But you? You hold your rhythm. You remain light, unbothered, and relaxed. You don't over-explain. You don't compete with her mood. You lead it. And without realizing it, she starts sinking to your emotional state. If you're in a relationship, the tests don't stop, they evolve. She might start an argument before dinner. Most men either fight back or shut down. But you don't do either. You pause. You breathe. You hold the emotional frame. Not because you're passive, but because your calm sets the atmosphere. And in that calm, she feels more secure, not because you gave in, but because you didn't get shaken. Here's the truth. When her emotions flare, don't escalate. Be the model of control. Be the emotional anchor she didn't know she needed. Machiavelli said, "The wise man acts at once, the fool delays." Don't wait for peace. Be the peace. Because in the end, women don't fall for the loudest man in the room. They fall for the one whose stillness quiets their storm. Number 5, women choose men who aren't afraid to walk away. Machiavelli once warned, real power lies with the one who doesn't cling. The man who can lose everything but himself is the man no one dares test. And in love, this rule is brutally true. She might admire your devotion, but she only respects your boundaries. She watches closely to see if you'll fold those boundaries just to keep her smile. If you're single, she's inconsistent. Warm one day, distant the next. She cancels plans. She pushes limits. Most men respond by proving themselves. Explaining. Apologizing. Begging for clarity. But not you. You exit quietly. No blame, no bitterness, no explanation. And just like that, something shifts. She realizes you're not addicted to her attention, you're devoted to your truth. If you're in a relationship, it looks like this: you've set the tone. You've made your expectations clear. But she crosses the line again. You don't yell. You don't sulk. You just withdraw. Not as a tactic, but as a principle. And this time, your absence isn't temporary. It's final. The man who walks away without hesitation is the one who commands silent respect. So here's the mindset: stop tying your worth to how she feels about you. She is not the reward, your inner peace is. If she disrespects you, you don't fight to be understood. You walk, not out of ego, but out of self-respect. As Machiavelli might say, if love demands your surrender, then fear is the nobler currency. Because the man she can't bend is the man she never stops thinking about. If you've made it this far, you've already done what 99% of men never will: you stopped lying to yourself. You faced the discomfort. You stepped beyond illusions, beyond the noise, and into something honest. What I'm about to tell you won't just sound true, it'll feel true. It'll stick. Because here's the raw reality. A woman doesn't choose with logic. She chooses with feeling. With instinct. With what her body and nervous system sense before her mind can explain it. And that's why most men stay confused for life, chasing signs, interpreting texts, asking the wrong questions, because they never learned the invisible rules she'll never say out loud. But now you know. Now you see. You see through the surface. Through the smiles. Through the attention that flatters but doesn't mean commitment. You've exited the fog where average men live, chasing love, proving worth, hoping to be seen. Because once you understand how women really choose, something in you shifts. You stop chasing. You stop explaining. You stop performing for a spotlight you don't need anymore. You lead. You filter. You observe. And you stand rooted in who you are, so grounded that no test, no storm, no silence can shake you. This isn't about becoming heartless. This isn't about playing games. This is about clarity. Strategy. Quiet strength. It's what Machiavelli admired in any great ruler: not aggression, but composure. Not domination, but self-mastery. And once you tap into that, everything changes. You no longer wait to be chosen. You do the choosing. Because the man who guards his standards, commands his time, and walks in purpose doesn't need to beg for attraction. She feels it. She senses it before a word is said. And if she's aligned, she follows. If not, you let her go, with peace, not pain. Women don't fall for the loudest guy. Not the nicest. Not even the richest. They fall for the one who walks in certainty. The one who welcomes love but doesn't need it to be whole. The one who can have her but will never bend his soul to keep her. That kind of man doesn't fade from memory. He gets respected, remembered, and desired, even in silence. And starting now, that man is you. One final message. For those who feel this in their bones, for the ones who are done playing small and ready to rise into something sharper, cleaner, stronger. I'm working on something that will shift how women respond to you and how you respond to yourself. It's coming soon. Stay tuned. If this hit home, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment, even just a few words. It helps it sink in. It might help someone else, too. Like this if it resonated. Share it with someone who needs this energy right now. Because deep down, we're all trying to become unshakable. Let's build minds that don't bend. Let's walk with power that doesn't shout. Let's change the game, together.